What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer A Day with TK. It's Friday afternoon here in Findlay, Ohio, and Anderson is in the house. What's going on, my brother?
Not much. Just got back home, ready to drink some beers.
Who are you on tour with?
Whitechapel.
Whitechapel.
Again.
This was just U.S. or U.S. and Canada?
Just U.S.
U.S. tour. I was on another tour. For the last couple weeks, I haven't been doing any videos. I've been traveling. So obviously, a few weeks ago, I was down in Atlanta doing some reviews with some other beer reviewers, which you guys probably saw. Brian the Beer Snob, Imperfectly Me Crafts, and Shane's Craft Beer Reviews. Then last week I had a family issue I had to deal with, so I drove down to Florida and drove back. Man, that was not a pleasant drive.
You didn't enjoy that drive?
No, I hated every second of it. I don't like to drive that much. If anyone knows me knows I don't like to drive, especially I don't like to drive on highways, as I was in a bad car crash a couple of years ago and had to drive 1,300 miles or whatever the heck it is each way roughly. It was, but it is what it is, right? The upside was I got to hit a bunch of places on the way down. So basically every time I stopped for gas, I went in to see what beer they had from those states to pick some stuff up. And once we got down there, the medical emergency turned around okay. So we got to hit a few breweries, and one of them was this one here. This is Hop Life Brewing in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Pretty interesting little spot. It's actually owned by, I think it said 2 of the 3 owners used to be firefighters. So if you look at the logo, you can kind of see it has the firefighter motif here. Have an axe and, you know, kind of like the shield for a fire department. So
where is Port St. Lucie?
Port St. Lucie is where the New York Mets have spring training. It's on the Atlantic coast, probably about an hour north of West Palm Beach. So I used to live down there many years ago, not in Port St. Lucie, but in that area. My in-laws live in Port St. Lucie, so there were a couple of breweries we hit up there. One called Side Door was absolutely awesome. It was about a mile from her parents' house. Very small, unassuming place. When we pulled in, I straight up thought, this is going to suck, but hey, it'll be a new check-in. I'll grab a few new beers and roll out. Went in, every single beer they had was magnificent. I was shocked.
I'm sure a fellow of your stature really enjoyed the weather.
Man, I thought I was going to die. It was 100 degrees, ridiculous humidity. I didn't leave the house any more than I absolutely had to. Honestly, I was super dehydrated. Same as when I went to Atlanta. I was so dehydrated, you feel your legs like when you start walking because it's just, you're drinking and drinking and drinking, not peeing because I guess you're sweating so much. I'm good. I'm glad to be back in the north. I'm happy to be the king in the north, and they can have the south. I can't deal with it. It's too hot for me, man.
Where it's surprisingly not too hot or humid today. Shocking.
It's not bad here. But you said your tour was 100 degrees the whole time, right?
That entire heat wave that was through the south last month, we were in the center of it the whole time.
I know you're of Viking ancestry. You're not a fan of the heat either.
Anywhere that had a record high, we were probably in the center of that record high for the day. It was real fun.
That's no fun. So this beer here, I picked up a crowler of this while I was there. This is called Pearanoia, and this is a Belgian Tripel with fresh pear puree. It says 9.5% ABV on the can. Couldn't find any numbers for ABV. But it's the ABV, the IBUs. It's a Belgian Tripel. I don't expect anything too crazy going on there hop-wise. As far as ratings, I had a 4.0 on Untappd with only 68 check-ins. Not surprisingly, with only 68 check-ins on Untappd, Beer Advocate, it was unknown. It was the missing link, just NA.
The brewery was on Beer Advocate, but not this particular beer.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times when you have smaller microbreweries, even if they are on Beer Advocate, there might be like 2 check-ins to them.
Right.
Or there's so few that they actually don't even do a number, calculate a number because the sample size is too small. But it don't matter. We'll check it out ourselves. But hey, man, nice looking crowler here.
So I can't say that I remember ever having a Belgian Tripel that was fruited. I mean, I probably have. I just don't remember it. But
that's to say, I'm not going to say never because I'm
spilling
sure
it everywhere.
Oh, frick.
Look at this fool. You don't even know how to pour a beer?
The last video I did, I think the beer poured on my head.
Was that the one you held the glass up way high and dumped it on yourself?
Yeah, man, because it didn't pour any head whatsoever. And then when I did that, it spilled on me. Yeah, it didn't go well. I think I'm going to have to leave a towel out here as well. Where's my dog? Can't it go steal a towel from the house and bring it to us?
The amount of stuff you have to bring out here to do a video is just increasing daily.
Look at the carbonation in that initially.
That head disappeared immediately.
Yeah, I mean, it's a triple. I don't expect anything too nuts on it. Ton of carbonation, actually. Fair amount of carbonation in there. I mean, it was a crowler. This was canned on 7... What does that say? 12?
No.
That can't be right.
22?
Yeah, it must be 22. What's today's date? The
29th.
Yeah, so probably a week ago. So this was canned on the 22nd. I guess I got it last... That isn't right either. I think I got this last... No, it was. I got it last Friday. That's correct. I'm stupid.
I'm not going to argue that one. So being a week old in a crowler, I'm surprised it still has this much carbonation.
That's why I wanted to do these quickly when you got here. I know they say the crowlers will last a couple weeks, but I never trust it. I mean, I always, I know you got to do certain things and prepare it exactly right if you want it to actually have that good shelf life. But yeah, it looks pretty good, man. Fair amount of carbonation, especially for a triple. Color? What do you think of the color here? If I break out our handy-dandy SRM chart.
Dehydrated piss?
That was what my piss looked like for the last 2 weeks in the South. No, mine was actually like darker yellow. It was terrible.
7, 6?
7? Let me see. Yeah, maybe like a 6 or so. Deep gold, I would say. Head, none to speak of, dissipated almost immediately. Fair amount of carbonation.
There's like a slight ring of head around the very edge of the glass just from how quickly,
of the
how
jam
much carbonation
jar.
there is.
Yeah, a little bit. Let's give it a sniff, see if we pick up that peach pear.
Well, when you initially opened the can and poured it, there was a smell of
Like a fruity smell?
Fruity smell.
Now you pick up kind of like a little bit of spicy yeast, maybe a slight pear smell.
Maybe almost a hint of alcohol.
Yeah, I mean it's 9.5%. Pear, I don't know about you. Pear is one of my favorite fruits. When they used to have a Snapple,
but I don't think pear has a strong scent.
No, they used to have a Snapple. I think it was like Japanese pear or something like that tea, which it was a green tea with Japanese pear. I absolutely loved. I don't even think they make it anymore, but it's magnificent. If you get a pear beer and pull it off,
did it go the way of the Choco Taco?
Dude, I found a Choco Taco the other day. They're back. I didn't know if they disappeared, but I found one at a gas station.
They've been discontinued.
But there was one at a gas station. I just had one.
You should have bought them all.
Well, I'm not going to go crazy now, but I was a fan of the Choco Tacos, bro.
Well, they've been discontinued.
Well, that sucks. Somebody needs to bring that shit back. Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers, bro. What do you think?
That's not what I expected.
What do you think? What do you expect?
It's almost like when you get those beers with the lactose.
Yeah. That sweetness?
Yeah.
The first thing I thought when I drank this is the body. Sometimes with the Belgian triples, the body is a bit syrupy, and I don't really think it is. It's got a nice body to it, but it's not syrupy.
I don't feel the carbonation.
No,
I don't notice it at all. I mean,
you see it in the.
I expected
jar.
it to be like champagne.
Yeah, but it's
but
not.
It's not, even though it's bubbling like champagne.
Yeah, I think you pick up. You get a little bit of that nice, was like that candy yeast or whatever they use in this. You pick up that nice Belgian-y spice taste. I think you pick up the pear. It's kind of subtle, but it's a nice underlying fruitiness that you pick up through it. I think you do get a little bit of, it's not even the booziness. I don't know that it tastes boozy, but when you drink it, you know there's some alcohol to it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm waiting for your dog to caught on the cord. And
Come here, Rox. Oh, thank God. The dog is out here with us, and I fear she's going to disrupt everything at some point, as that's what she does.
She keeps walking under the cord.
She's the disruptor in chief. Thank God she doesn't have a tail.
Or we'd be done.
Yeah, it would be a done deal.
Anyways, you know the beers that have like the lactose or maybe even the marshmallow?
Yeah.
It's kind of got that kind of sweetness to it almost, to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that candy yeast has a little bit of, sometimes you have that Belgian sweetness. Now, sometimes it tastes, when you get those higher ABV ones, the Belgian styles, it almost gets a little cloying, the sweetness. It's almost a tiny bit gross. This isn't. I think this is really well done.
And you don't notice the alcohol in it at all.
No.
There's no booziness to it.
No noticeable burn. I think when you smell it a little bit, maybe you pick it up on the nose a tiny bit, but you don't really pick it up when you're drinking it. This could be dangerous.
And think about that boozing, or that like hint of boozy smell might just be because it's been in a crowler. Mm. So even the best pour of a crowler, you're still going to have some headspace in the top. So some of that 9% might have evaporated.
Well, I mean, and look, it's been in my car for 2 days, traveling from South Florida back to Ohio.
So you didn't keep it chilled in the proper temperature,
listen,
transport it properly.
It says,
through your
keep
adventure
chilled.
through the mountains. And
it said keep chilled, and I debate it, like bring in ice and all this stuff. But every time I do that, it turns into a melted mess in the car, and I just thought, like, screw it, we'll see what happens. If it's too warm and tastes like garbage, it's on me. But thank God that it hasn't happened. I think this is really good.
Yeah, it is, and it is dangerous, like you said, 9.5%. you would never know it.
Me and my wife actually ate at this place, I guess, last Friday, and they had a food truck there. I think I ordered a Cubano, Cuban sandwich, and she had, I don't remember what she had, a burger.
I bet down there you could probably get a proper one.
Dude, the food was good. I mean, but I think it's like a permanent food truck established with the restaurant. Like, I don't think it was just somebody, rolled in for the day. The food was excellent. All the beers I tried were excellent, which is not, I guess when I was down that area, I think I hit about 4 or 5 different breweries, and they were feast or famine. 2 of them were really good. This and Side Door, and 2 of them, and actually Sailfish Brewing was good too. 3 of them were good, and 2 of them were terrible. I won't shame them on the video, but they were, one of them was the worst brewery I think I've ever been to. There's a really bad one close to here, in a town not far from Findlay that's awful. This one was awful. I think we got 2 flights, and they were 0 for 8, every single beer.
I wonder how old they were.
The brewery, I think it'd been around a few years, but it sucked. So, I was thrilled when I went here, and this place was on point. All the beers I had were good, and this is continuing the trend. So for me, Pearanoia is a big thumbs up. What do you think?
I'm shocked with the ABV that you don't taste it at all. Don't notice it in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And the pear flavor's there, but it's subtle. Mm-hmm. But overall, this is delicious, and a big thumbs up for me as well. This brewery did very well. I mean, this was a nice find.
Hop Life Brewing. Again, I think I found this. Like you, I probably pull up Untappd and look at the map, like what's near me.
Right.
And thought, hey, let's run over here and check it out. It was in like an industrial kind of park thing, so I was just like, you never know what those could be good or could not be. Super busy. My wife had bought a shirt, had a hole in it, so we went back the next day to return it. I think they opened at noon. We showed up at noon, the place was packed already.
And it's kind of interesting, like, going to a lot of these breweries, you see a lot of these public servants basically open up breweries. I mean, we know a couple different breweries around here that open up by military veterans.
Yeah.
This place by firemen.
Yeah, some police-backed ones. I think there's some up in Toledo that were backed by the police or founded by police officers. And it's always cool to support those guys, right? I mean, they help us
absolutely
in our time of need. And it's good to support them because of what they did, but it's even better to support them when their beer's good, right?
Absolutely.
Buying beer from somewhere that
agree.
sucks just to be cool gets a little old. We have to get back down to Florida in the winter. I'm not going back there before like January or something because it's too goddamn hot. When we get back, we'll check this place out for sure.
Absolutely,
So,
yes.
Anderson, good to have you back, my brother.
Good to be back, thank you.
Great to be able to share this beer with you. Again, I really dig it. Pear is one of my favorite flavors. I love Belgian Tripels. I think they did a masterful job with this. So, overall, great job, Hop Life. I liked it. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you had anything from Hop Life? Have you had a fruited Belgian triple? Anderson's drawing a blank on one. I'm sure if we looked at Untappd, we probably have. But there's none that are leaping out at me as like magnificent. So, I thought this was really good. Hey, till next time. Cheers.